Hi, boys and girls. We're going to continue reading Coach Hyatt is a Riot, Chapter 6, Rufus the Doofus. Coach Hyatt showed up at our next practice with Wyatt, the nose picker. A big brown rubber ring was strapped to the roof of the Mini Cooper. What's that big brown rubbery thing, we all asked. Last time I told you ragamuffins about the end zone dance, the coach said. Today I want to talk about another very important part of football. The blimp. You got a blimp? Asked Ryan. We all got excited because blimps are cool. Not exactly, Coach Hyatt said, as she took the big brown rubbery thing off the roof of her car and put it in the grass. I couldn't get a blimp, but I got something even better. What is it? Michael asked. Oh, you'll see, said Coach Hyatt. She attached the bike pump to the big brown rubbery thing and started pumping air into it. It got bigger and bigger, and you'll never believe in 1,100,000 years what it turned into. It was a giant inflatable moose. This is Rufus, said Coach Hyatt. He's our mascot. I call him Rufus T. Moose, and the T stands for in Rufus the Moose. Rufus the Moose will float over the field and inspire us to victory. Where'd you get him? I asked. Run a moose? No, run a blimp, Coach Wyatt said. Some other teams got the last blimp, so I was able to get a discount on Rufus. Isn't he awesome? No, he wasn't. Rufus the Moose was kind of wrinkled, and one of his antlers looked like it was about to fall off. Rufus the Doofus, more like it. I didn't tell Coach Hyatt that her moose was lame because I didn't want to hurt her feelings. Coach tied Rufus Doofus to a tree so he wouldn't blow away. Then she wheeled a big whiteboard out to the equipment shed. It was like whiteboards you use at school. It's time to go over some plays, Coach Hyatt told us. She drew a bunch of X's and O's on the board to represent players on our team and another team. Then she drew lines to show where each of us was supposed to run. We went over a bunch of running plays and passing plays. I knew most of them already from last season. And now, the coach said, as she looked around to make sure nobody was watching, I'm going to show you our secret play. Ooh, we all leaned forward. Secret plays are cool because, well, anything involving secrets is cool. Coach Hyatt began drawing lines all over the board. AJ, you're the quarterback, so you go here, she barked. Ryan, you go here. Michael, you go there. Neil, you go there. Wyatt, you go there. Wyatt will hike the ball to AJ. AJ will flip it to Ryan. Ryan will pass it to Michael. Michael will lateral it to Neil. Neil will hand it off to Wyatt. Wyatt will run into the end zone for a touchdown. Got it? Got it, we all shouted, even though none of us got it. Coach Hyatt's secret play made no sense at all, but none of us wanted to look dumb. Okay, let's try it, said Coach Hyatt. We all got into position. Hut 1, I shouted. Hut 2, hike! And we all ran into each other. It was a big mess of kids in a gigantic pile. There were arms and legs flailing around. It looked like one of those tanks full of lobsters you see in the supermarket. Unfortunately, I was a lobster on the bottom. Ugh! My leg, I yelled. Walk it off, AJ, Coach Hyatt barked. When the last kid climbed off, I think my leg might be broken. I said, broken, Coach, barked the coach. When I was your age, if my leg was broken, I would go out and build a log cabin with my bare hands. What did that have to do with anything? I thought I was gonna die. Chapter 7, the Sharks. Luckily, my leg wasn't broken after all. It was just a little sore. We practiced really hard that week until we knew all the plays. Finally, it was time for our first game. We were playing a team called the Sharks. It was a beautiful Saturday. When we came out of the locker room, there was Rufus the Doofus floating over the field. And you'll never believe in 1,100,000 years what was floating in the air next to Rufus. A blimp. And you know what it said on the side of the blimp? Go Sharks. How come the Sharks got a blimp and we got a lame inflatable moose? It totally wasn't fair. Andrea and the other cheerleaders were on the sideline with their pom-poms. Football has a kicker. Baseball has a batter. Whatever game we play, the score doesn't matter. Go Moose. What a lame cheer. The bleachers were filled with parents and their cameras. A few moms were selling cookies. Some of the teachers from our school were there too. Miss Holly, Mr. Mackey, Miss Coco, Miss Hannah, and Mr. Loring. I spotted my teacher, Mr. Granite. He comes from another planet. Me and the guys ran over to say hi to him. Do they have football on your planet? Asked Michael. No, said Mr. Granite. We play a game called Aloud. How do you spell that? Neil said. It's very simple, Mr. Granite told us. There are 13 gulps on each drange, and they toss a pinker back and forth to see who can score the most flops. The winner gets to slurge a flame. The game sounded weird. I wanted to ask Mr. Granite more about his game, but that's when the Sharks came out of their locker room. They had blue uniforms. We all stared as they jogged onto the field. Wow, Ryan said, those guys are huge. He was right. The Sharks didn't look like they were humans. Their arms were bigger than my legs. Even their muscles had muscles. No way those guys weighed 70 pounds, said Michael. They look like they're in 7th grade, said Neil, the new kid. We can't beat them, said Ryan. They're going to kill us. Can't we just pick up their car and carry it away, I suggested. They came in a bus, dumbhead, said Ryan. That's awfully big, Coach, Michael said. The bigger they come, the harder they fall, Coach Hyatt told us. Yeah, they're going to fall on us, I said. And we're going to die. Wyatt just picked his nose. I'll tell you, that kid must have an unlimited supply of boogers. Andrea and the other cheerleaders made out one of their lame cheers. Winning, losing, it depends. Why can't we just all be friends? Go Moose. When the Sharks came out, their cheerleaders on the other side of the field started doing a cheer of their own. It didn't rhyme or anything, but it sounded a lot better than our cheer. Kill, 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 crush the moose, stomp them, rip their faces off, remove their internal organs. My life is over, I told the guys.